everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for today's video, I'm actually going to be sharing a recipe with you guys. So we're going to be making chicken legs in the oven along with some Mexican rice, and I'm going to be showing you guys how. So first step is to wash your chicken. I bought these chicken legs from Walmart, and I'm going to be using the big pack because me and Luis both pack lunch for work, so that's why I need a lot. I already washed my hands, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and wash the legs, and then we're gonna put them into a sartén like this. It has to be oven safe, okay? I usually like to use like stevia water, like warm water, not too hot, not too cold. I took these out this morning before I left for work, so it's currently 5:47 and I left at 7:30, so they're ready. Okay, so I brought you guys in a little closer so you guys can see how I'm washing the chicken leg. You know, you can skip this part if you already know, but you're gonna want to turn on your water, and you're gonna want to rub the chicken leg, take off any hairs that are still on there and any excess fatty. Leave the skin on, it adds the flavor, okay? You're gonna want to leave the skin on, just rub your chicken and then flip it upside down, and you're gonna want to take off this yellow piece, okay? So just scratch at it with your nail. When I have fake nails, I do struggle, so you can use a knife. But when I have my natural nails, I can usually just, you know, scrape it off and it comes right off. You're going to want to scrape it to the best of your ability. You don't have to get every inch off, you know, just majority. Why? I don't know. I always saw my mom doing it like that. So that's how I do it. So once it's clean, you're going to want to line it up in your dish. So we're going to line it up this way where it's going to be alternating. I'll show you guys at the end. So let me go ahead and wash these real quick, okay? So I'm removing basically all the excess fat. Make sure you leave the skin on, like I said. But this like extra fat that you see here, it comes off super easily, so you'll know exactly where it is. You just feel it. It's the extra slimy part. Just want to make sure you take that off. Because, I mean, I don't know. It's just extra fat. So, like, why? You know? And it kind of grosses me out. So I like to take it off. And then, again, with the end of it, hopefully you guys can hear me. I should have checked that because of the running water. This part is what I like to peel off. You see? It's gross, so I take it off. Okay, guys, so once you wash all of your chicken, you're gonna put it in your bowl like this, or your dish like this. And next what we're gonna do is season it, okay? So I'm gonna be using this seasoning. It is the Chef Merito Pollo seasoning. This is really good. I also have the steak one. Biggest hack, by the way, if you don't know how to season stuff, because it takes more time to, you know, get the pepper, get the salt, get the paprika, the onion powder, the garlic powder. So this puts it all in one. So I definitely recommend this if, you know, you're learning how to cook, if, you know, you just started living by yourself, stuff like that. Definitely recommend this. This is what the steak one looks like. That one. So I have both. Very, very handy. I made myself quesadillas because I got home from work hungry. I didn't eat today because I went to Walmart on my break. And I made tortillas yesterday, so I had to. I just put turkey in them, you know. But so I'm gonna season them. You can be very generous with the seasoning because it's gonna bake. So you're gonna want them to be very flavorful. So I put about that much, and then you're gonna have to get a little freaky with it. So you're gonna rub it into the skin, rub it into the meat here. And the reason why I'm making a quick and easy recipe today is because it's July 21st and TJ Maxx today starts like the yellow tags and stuff. So I was like, if I hurry, I might have time, you know, to go. So that's my goal. You're gonna want to preheat your oven, by the way, to 350. If you feel like it's not enough seasoning, definitely add more. It just depends on how much you went in. But I like to go crazy because I do not like, you know, flavorless chicken. But you don't want to do too much because then it'll be salty, okay? So once you rubbed it in, you can kind of eyeball it, see if it needs more. I'm going to put a little bit more. So I'm going to put a little bit more on my chicken. You guys can't see my chicken. I wish I had a better angle, and I do apologize. But I'm just working with my tripod that I got from Amazon. So this is what we're working with. Our nice, beautiful seasoned chicken. It's not done yet. We are going to add some veggies for more flavor. We're going to add onion and tomato. Okay, let me go grab that. So 1 tomato is enough. I'm gonna wash it and then put it on my cutting board. And then some onion. I already have some from yesterday that is open in my little Tupperware onion container. So I'm gonna put you down here so that you guys can see how I'm slicing it and adding it to my chicken. Do not bully me. My kitchen cabinets are not all the same, okay? I haven't gotten to it yet. I moved in a year ago. I want to make it all the same, but it's not there yet, okay? So just be patient with me. So you're gonna want to grab a knife and you're gonna want to cut this little thingy off the butt. Move that to the side. Okay, now what you're gonna do is we're just gonna slice it. Very, very simple. Okay, don't freak out. We're just gonna slice it into thin slices. Okay, don't cut your finger off, just thin slices. My mom showed me this recipe, and whenever I make it, it's like a comfort meal for me now since I don't live with her. Anyways, so now that we have our tomato slices, we're basically just gonna put it around the chicken. 2 slices per chicken is ideal, but 1 is enough. It is going to dry in the oven, but that's fine. I don't know what purpose it gives. It adds flavor. So once your tomato is on there, we're gonna do the onion next, okay? So same thing with the onion. We're gonna slice it. And we're just gonna sprinkle those on there like so. So these will break into pieces for you. That is how the onion grows. And you're going to sprinkle them all over your chicken as well, just like the tomato. And you're just gonna decorate your chicken, make it look all pretty. So this is what the chicken looks like all prepped. It is now ready to go in the oven. Again, we're waiting for the oven to preheat to 350. Mine is almost there, and then we'll go ahead and pop it in. You do need aluminum foil. The next step is going to cover it with aluminum foil. We are going to cover it with aluminum foil, okay? And you're gonna wanna cut it a little bit longer than the dish itself. 1 should be enough, but if you need to, that's fine, okay? And you're just gonna pinch it all around. Same thing. Until it looks like this, okay? So now we're just gonna wait for the oven to ding, okay? So while we wait for the oven to heat up for the chicken, I'm gonna go ahead and wash my rice, okay? So we're gonna pour the rice into a strainer thingy so that we can wash it. And I don't measure it, I'm sorry. I just eyeball it, so. Oh, pues era todo el que quedaba. So basically about that much. And then we're gonna wash it. We're gonna run the water, and you're gonna wanna start rubbing the rice because that's what's gonna clean it with the water. And again, not too cold, not too hot, just room temperature, okay? So once you're done, you're gonna wanna shake it a little bit so that the excess water can come out. And then you're just gonna wanna put it to dry. So I like to hang mine across my sink, like so. And it's gonna slowly start draining the excess water, and then we can come over to the stove where we're going to add some oil to a pan. So I'm going to be using this pan. You guys can use any pan that you have. It's about this deep, about yay high. We're gonna put it on our estufa. So you are now on my estufa. So I'm gonna turn it on high. Oh, it's ready. So you're gonna wanna open your oven and let it fan out a little bit, or else it's gonna hit you in the face, okay? You gotta be careful. You're gonna take your prep chicken and you're gonna put it inside, okay? And don't put it on the top one, put it on the bottom shelf. And you're gonna leave it in there. Usually it takes about an hour, sometimes a little bit less. It just depends. Mine has a lot, so if yours only has like half of a pack, 6 legs or something, it'll be fast. So while the estufa is heating up, we are going to add our oil. I just keep my oil in one of these little thingies, and you just want to drizzle a good amount to cover the pan. But again, I just eyeball it, I'm sorry. So this is the amount of oil that I drizzle in the pan. It doesn't take much. I mean, if you guys have cooked rice before, you know not to do too much, but not too little. You don't want the rice to stick, so that's what the oil is for. But you don't want to put too much. Now, before you start cooking the rice, I always like to have my sauce ready, the one that we're going to pour into there, because if not, you're going to be freaking out without your sauce ready, and it's going to be ready to pour in the sauce and you don't have your sauce. So I'm going to show you guys how to make the sauce, okay? I'm going to be using my NutriBullet that I got from Marshall's. So in here, the recipe calls for 3 tomatoes romas, 3 tomatoes roma, 1/4 of an onion, más o menos un pedazo de cebolla. Like this is good, something like that, okay? So you're gonna put that in your blender. Now, my secret for my rice is I put a little bit of cilantro. It adds a flavor that I promise you, so good. But before the cilantro, I'm gonna go ahead and add a garlic. You're gonna need 1 garlic clove. So your garlic into your blender. Now I'm gonna wash a little bit of cilantro, and I'll show you guys how much I use. So I'm gonna be using about this much. I'm gonna wash it. Do not wash it in hot water because it'll go bad. Wash it in cold water and rip off the ends, okay? I washed my cilantro. I'm gonna put it in my blender now, okay? So I'm going to be adding the tomato one, and I might add a little bit of the chicken one. So you're not gonna wanna do too much. This basically helps it give it a red color and that tomato flavor. I'm gonna use that much, okay? And then we're gonna add some chicken, just for more flavor, okay? That's all it is. Gonna put about that much. So once your blender looks like this, we're ready to blend. I'm just gonna add some water from my sink. So you don't wanna do too much because the tomatoes have water. I put about that much. And then, you know, once you blend it, you can check the consistency. And you can add more water if you need to. Definitely do less because once you add too much water, there's no going back. We're gonna blend this. So this is the color that you're gonna get. It's in between orange and green, but I promise you once the rice absorb it, it will be orange like Mexican rice. So I just noticed that my comal is off, or my estufa is off, so we're gonna turn that on. And now we're gonna wait for the oil to get hot, and then we're gonna add in the rice, which is still draining, by the way, over here. You want it dry because we're gonna add it to oil, and if it has water, it's gonna burn you. And to move around the rice, I'm just gonna be using a little wooden spoon that I probably got at TJ Maxx. And you're gonna need the lid of the pan, by the way. Very important because we're gonna cover the lid para que se cosa, and so that the rice absorbs that sauce we just made, okay? By the way, if your lid has this little hole like mine, very important that we need to cover it up when we put the lid on. So I'm going to show you how. Pour in your rice now. So we're going to start mixing our rice. You don't want to over mix your rice because this is what a lot of people do wrong. When you move your rice too much, the end result of your rice will look like you chewed it up and spit it on the plate. We do not want that. We want full rice grains, okay? So do not move it too much. You have to let it sit a little bit, you know, menealo para que no se te queme, pero no lo deshagas, okay? We're gonna mix it around in the pan until it gets, you know, a tan color. It starts off very white. Let me show you. So this is what my rice currently looks like. As you can see, it's still very white. It's barely grabbing the oil. It's sizzling, so we're gonna move it, but not too much, like I said. And then I'll show you guys the color that you want to see once you add in your sauce, okay? You can start to see que está dorando un poquito más. So you're gonna wanna keep mixing it. It's not time to add it in just yet. There are some little pieces que se doran más que otros. That's why you gotta keep moving it evenly. When you can see a couple pieces that are popping out as brown, now it's time to add the sauce. Now that the rice has its color, we're gonna add in the sauce, and you're not gonna stop moving the rice. You're gonna keep moving the rice, okay? So I'm gonna add in the sauce. You're gonna wanna shake it up a little bit if it's been sitting like mine. And again, I know it looks dark, but it'll turn out just fine. So you're gonna pour this in. It will be loud, don't get scared. We're keeping it on high, by the way. And you're gonna wanna move it right away so that it can start absorbing all that flavor. And I'm gonna add more water. That's what it's gonna look like. You're gonna pour in more water, depending on how much rice you have, and you're gonna wanna keep moving it. You cannot let it sit because it will start to burn. We're gonna go ahead and cover our rice with the lid. So mine does have that little hole I was telling you guys. So I'm gonna show you how to cover this little hole. All you're gonna need is a little piece of napkin. You're gonna twist it on one end, and then you're just gonna stick it in, and that's gonna help your steam stay trapped in there, and that's what's gonna cook the rice. So while you give it a little bit of time to cook, you're gonna need some of this mixed vegetables. So I love adding this to my rice. It's so good. So you're gonna open your rice and check to see how it's doing. Stirring, but don't over stir. Like I said, no queremos que se deshaga el arroz. So this is what mine looks like. We're gonna close it for a little bit longer before we add the frozen vegetables, okay? So once it's boiling like this, we're gonna go ahead and add in the vegetables to bring down the boil just a little bit. So I do like to just sprinkle it while I'm crushing it and breaking it apart all over the rice. It's totally up to you how much you add. I love my rice with vegetables, so I do add quite a lot. And then you're just gonna mix it in, same thing. And again, I still have it on high heat, okay? So we're just gonna leave it like that. Once your vegetables are mixed in, we're gonna close it again, and we're gonna leave it like that, okay? We're still keeping it on high just for a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and turn down the heat. So after you added the vegetables and it starts boiling, we're gonna go ahead and stir it again. I'm gonna put the lid back on because keeping the lid on is what cooks the rice, and we're gonna go ahead and turn off. We're gonna keep the lid on, and it's slowly going to cook the rice. Don't be scared, it's not gonna burn. We already turned off the estufa, so it's just gonna cook solito. As you can see, ya se está cociendo más. Mixing in the sides, the sauce, everything to the center even. And again, put the lid back on, and it's gonna finish cooking it for you, okay? It smells so good. So this is what your rice should be looking like about now. And Jennifer just brought me this as I'm cooking my rice. As I just showed you guys that you're supposed to use a NutriBullet. This is mine. Excuse this. This was in my oven, but we're using my oven, so we had to take everything out, okay? But look, they got me a NutriBullet. Shout out to Alexa and Diana for my NutriBullet. Okay, guys. Look at that beauty. So our rice is now fully cooked. I'm still going to leave it in there because it's going to keep absorbing. But you guys just made perfect orange Mexican rice. Look at that. Look at that. If you guys could smell it right now, I'm telling you, it's the cilantro. It smells so good. So we're just going to keep letting this cook a little longer. Our chicken is still going in there. I'll show that to you guys in just a second. gonna go ahead and check on my chicken. I just took it out of the oven. I can already see that it's probably still raw, but I'm just gonna show you guys an update. Remember, I put it in at like 6:15-ish. So I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like currently. It's 6:50. So you're gonna want to take off your aluminum very carefully. So this is what it currently looks like. As you can see, the tomatoes are not dry yet, so that is your sign that it is not ready yet. So we're gonna put this back in for maybe another half an hour, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like. So while we wait for the chicken, now that the rice is done, I'm gonna give you guys a quick Walmart haul, because like I said, I did go on my lunch break. I'm just gonna show you guys some things that I got. Not everything is interesting because it's just like things that I needed for the house, but I'm gonna show you anyway. So the first thing I got, like I showed you guys, I already opened this one, but I got a Celsius as well. So either one of these, I just like these kinds of drinks because they have natural energy, they accelerate your metabolism, and they burn body fat. So I like to take these before my workouts. I'm gonna go on a walk right now, that's why I'm starting to drink mine. The cherry lime flavor was good. And I always keep my Walmart bags as my trash bags. So the next thing that I got were shower liners for my bathroom. Simple, boring. Oh, I got another one. I have 2 showers, but I told Luis we should only use one because why am I cleaning both? You know what I mean? Like, why would I do that to myself? So I'm just using this main one for now. Next thing I picked up was a hairbrush because I have brushes to like detangle my hair, but I didn't have one like this to like actually like, you know, that's why I'm like all this peinada and stuff. But I picked up one of those. And then I got sote. So this is my favorite soap to wash my butt. You know, there's nothing like it, and I'll never trade this for anything. It's for clothes, but I use it for my butt. Okay. And I do use it for clothes as well, so it's just good to have. They were on sale, so I grabbed me 2. Next thing I picked up were some wet wipes for my purse. I did run out, and Luis always needs a wipe. So I like to carry these. I picked up these. And next, the reason why I went was for more face wash. We were running out. We do use the same one. It is the Acne Control Cleanser. I use it morning and night. Well, mostly night. Sometimes in the morning, but not really. In the morning, I usually just like hit my face with some water and then apply like my niacinamide, some sunscreen. But at night, always, especially if I wore makeup that day, definitely. The next thing that I picked up was this Milani Make It Last spray. So I ran out of it, and I've been using my Rare Beauty one, but girl, it's that carito, you know. So this is really good. You can't go wrong, you know, before, after makeup and everything. Like I said, I just have my Rare Beauty one, so can't use that one up because she's expensive, girl. So picked up this. The next thing that I got that I probably wouldn't normally pick up was this lip mask, this vegan collagen lip mask. It is supposed to moisturize and plump your lips. I got it because I want to do like a self-care video soon, and I thought this would be perfect. I just picked this little thingy up. The last thing that I got, another reason why I went, was for my burro, because the one that I had, Luis broke it. And I've been needing one. But also want to get in the habit, because my mom used to do this. My mom, when she would take the clothes out of the dryer, she would immediately separate, like, okay, fold this and put this aside. Like, she would make a pile of clothes that she would iron, y se ponía like una tarde, like the whole afternoon, to just iron the clothes, and like, you know, it would just be ready in your closets, which is what we were used to. But girl, I haven't had time, and I want to get, you know, I want to go back into that because I hate having to iron it like while you're on your way out. It just sucks, because that's what my mama used to do, so that's what we're gonna do. So I just got this. It was like $20. Guys, I'm so sad. I realized I picked up the wrong thing. So I was supposed to pick up a refill of this because casi ya no tengo. It is a carpet odor eliminator. I love this stuff, guys. This is like such a great product. When you are going to vacuum, about 15 to 10 minutes before, sprinkle this on your carpets, and it smells so good. And then, you know, obviously you vacuum, and it smells so good. It keeps your carpets fresh, and you know, it takes away any odor that you may have if you guys have pets and stuff. This is great. It's what I was supposed to pick up. Tell me why I'm looking at it right now, and it says litter deodorizer. Does it not look the same? Oh my god. I was on lunch break. I was rushing. This is for cat litter, guys. I don't have a cat. I don't think it works the same way. Like, I can't just be like, well, whatever. I don't think so. So I'm gonna have to go exchange this or something. Or who has a cat? But this is what I wanted. This is great. Love this. Whenever you guys vacuum, recommend this. Not this. If you guys have a cat, I mean, try it out. But I don't have a cat. I have Luis, but I don't have a cat, okay? So that is everything that I got from Walmart. I did get some groceries. I picked up like tomatoes, cilantro, turkey, just some other things that I needed for the house while I was there. Okay guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and take out the chicken. I think it should be done by now. I only have one mitt, that's why I keep using this as the other one. Don't judge me, okay? See, the juice is bubbling at the bottom, so that's a good sign. It does smell really good. So this is what the chicken looks like. It is ready. I did already test it with the fork. You can put it back in. I usually do leave it a little bit more doradito than this, but because we have somewhere to be, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it like this. It is cooked all the way through. Babe, come and eat. So this is what our food looks like served. We have our rice and our chicken. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Luis.
I literally rested for like 20 minutes.
He bought me these flowers. They're so pretty. Is it good?
I'm gonna bust him. It's hot though.
Got some?
Yeah.
You gotta feed him good because we're gonna go TJ Maxx, right?
Guess so.
Are you gonna pay?
Guess so. I always pay.
So thank you guys so much for watching. That is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed and I hope you guys learned how to make either the chicken or the rice. Again, I do apologize. I don't have exact measurements. I just grew up always eyeballing it. But if you guys have any questions, I can definitely measure out the recipe if you guys want me to, and I'll put that down below. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna go ahead and freshen up and change because my mom's gonna take me TJ Maxx for the yellow tags. Hopefully I can find some good stuff, and if I do, I'll definitely give you guys a haul. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.